There are so many great things about the Global Game Changers curriculum. It's easy to implement, super flexible, totally turnkey, and makes a significant positive impact on your students in so many ways. Plus, it's completely free. The curriculum is grade level specific, but it doesn't have to be taught in every grade. Of course, the more exposure they have to the program, the bigger the impact will be on your students' development. This video will provide you an overview of the curriculum and how it works, plus some teacher tips for an effective implementation. First, let's talk curriculum structure. The curriculum consists of 18 units divided into two parts: SUPERPOWER Discovery and SUPERPOWER Action. While the curriculum is turnkey, we recommend you read it and prepare in advance like you do with all of your classroom subjects. Simple, right? Let's break down each part. Part 1, SUPERPOWER Discovery. SUPERPOWER Discovery is comprised of the first 15 units of the curriculum, always starting with the Superhero Welcome unit and always ending with the Superpower Equation unit. Other than that, you can teach the remaining 13 units, 12 Heart and 1 Talent, in any order you choose. It's totally up to you. The big goal of Part 1, SUPERPOWER Discovery, is for students to explore their talents, tune into their hearts, and define their unique superpower equation to ignite good. For a traditional 36-week school year, we recommend spending 30 minutes per day for 2 weeks teaching each of these 15 units, for a total of 30 weeks. This block of time allows you to dive deep into the lessons, extending them over multiple days. It also leaves space to extend a particularly engaging lesson over several days. Host a relevant guest speaker, and take a day off when needed. So if you don't have that amount of time, don't worry, you can still complete all of the units. Each of the 15 SUPERPOWER Discovery units consists of 6 lessons: Introduction, Leadership, Language Arts, Service Project, Emotion Management, and Reflection. The introduction lesson introduces students to the main topic and provides examples of real-life superpower equations. The leadership lesson focuses on developing each student's individual and group leadership skills. The language arts lesson explores the unit through reading, writing, and speaking to focus on building academic skills. The service project lesson allows students to engage via service and lays the groundwork for their future superpower equation-based service project that they will complete in Part 2. The emotion management lesson helps students to better understand, communicate, and handle their emotions. And reflection provides you a chance to gauge each student's understanding of the context and meaning of the unit. Plus, it helps to solidify and provide the why behind the learning they're doing. There is important information in the table across the top of each lesson, including supplies needs, any unusual preparation involved, and the Common Core alignment. Make sure to read through each lesson in advance so you can be prepared with the suggested supplies. Each lesson follows an easy 3-part format: introduce, explore, and connect. Teacher tips. When planning what order to do Heart Badge and Talent units, we recommend using our pacing guide to complete your GGC custom calendar form. Of course, Superhero Welcome should come at the beginning of Part 1, and Superpower Equation should come at the end of Part 1. And then schedule the rest of the units into your custom calendar based on what's going on in your school, community, or country, including how they might correspond to various national days of observance. For instance, I like to do the bullying unit in October since it's National Bullying Prevention Month, and the Veterans unit in November because Veterans Day is November 11th. Y'all might choose your calendar based on events that are going on in your community, or maybe align it to some of your academic curriculum. Whatever works. As you teach the 6 lessons in each unit, we encourage you to make connections between what your students are learning and what's happening in the world beyond the classroom. If you're talking about rescue, for instance, mention something that happened in your community that involved your first responders. This will help the Global Game Changers lessons connect on a personal level with your students. You can also modify lessons by incorporating your own discussion strategies or transforming a turn and talk into a skit. Of course, you're going to get the most impact from the curriculum when you're able to complete all 6 lessons from each unit. But we recognize that may not always be possible due to timing or priorities. If this is the case, we believe that it's essential to teach the introduction and reflection lesson from each unit no matter what. After that, you can decide which of the remaining 4 lessons to do or not to do based on your schedule and your students' needs. Part 2, Superpower Action. Superpower Action is comprised of the remaining 3 units: Superpower Projects, Project Showcase, and Ignite Good Celebration. The big goal of Part 2 is to put students' unique superpower equations, as identified in the Superpower Equation unit in Part 1, into action. This section is where you see your students' hard work from the previous 15 units come to life, and it's an amazing process to watch. It's truly an aha moment where they feel empowered and accomplished. This Superpower Projects unit consists of 8 lessons: Introduction, Service Project Steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, plus Reflection. These lessons must be done in this order as each progressively builds onto the next. We recommend spending 30 minutes per day for 3 to 4 weeks to complete this unit. This block of time will allow students time to plan, practice, implement, and deliver their superpower projects using the skills they have nurtured and developed in Part 1. The Superpower Projects unit also has its own implementation guide, which, depending upon the grade level curriculum you're using, includes a 3 or 4 week calendar and review rubric to help you structure your time. For kindergarten and first grade students, the Superpower Projects unit takes you through the specific steps you will need to create a single group project. These group projects provide younger students the opportunity to put what they have been learning into action through an interactive, project-based learning setting, and helps to lay the foundation for building students' core social, emotional, and leadership skills that will help them be successful in school and life. For 2nd through 5th grade students, the Superpower Projects unit provides a general overview of the steps your students should take to develop their individual service projects. There are so many types of different service projects that your students will create based on their unique superpower equations. They will use the lessons to guide them through this process. This also allows you to get creative as you actively monitor each one's project and help students progress along the way. As you do with many school lessons, you'll use your own experience and know-how for this section. Teacher tips. To support this process if needed, we have developed some supplemental lessons that are in the More Lessons section of the portal. Don't hesitate to check them out. Since the Global Game Changers curriculum helps each student discover their unique superpower equation to make the world a better place, we believe there is amazing potential when you allow students to implement their own superpower projects. However, we recognize this may not always be practical for all educators, in which case we recommend you do 1 or multiple group projects that employ different talents or benefit different heart causes. Once students have completed and delivered their superpower projects, it's time to document and reflect on what they have accomplished. You will do this in the Project Showcase unit. The goal of the Project Showcase unit is for each student to showcase their superpower project using one of the following tools: a slide deck, a video, or a trifold board. The unit consists of 6 lessons: Introduction, Presentation Option 1, Presentation Option 2, Presentation Option 3, Emotion Management, and Reflection. However, you will only complete 4 of the 6 lessons because your students only do 1 of the 3 presentation option lessons. You, as the educator, decide which presentation method your students will use. There are many ways that you host your project showcase, but we will explore that further in a separate video. Not only is a showcase a great way for students to be celebrated and recognized for their accomplishments, but it can also be a great way to encourage positive culture and build greater buy-in for the GGC curriculum. The final unit is Ignite Good Celebration, and we recommend spending 30 minutes per day for up to 1 week teaching this unit. The big goal of the Ignite Good Celebration unit is to recognize the hard work everyone has done over the course of completing the GGC program. Instead of a traditional lesson, it includes suggestions for making the Ignite Good celebration as meaningful as possible. Depending on your student's age, your time frame, or your preference, you can involve students in planning this celebration or not. Regardless, this moment of reflection and reward is an important part of the process and encourages students to continue to ignite good. Teacher tips. Don't forget to celebrate your accomplishments as a teacher as you celebrate your students' accomplishment. Remember, you make a difference in their lives every day. Hopefully, the Global Game Changers program helps you do this. Hopefully, you now feel confident in planning and teaching the Global Game Changers program, and just as important, that you can anticipate the depth of the positive impact it can have on your students. But if you need help with aligning your lessons or tips for teaching, don't hesitate to reach out to the Global Game Changers team. I assure you, as an elementary school teacher myself, the GGC team is here to support your needs and answer any questions you may have. Don't forget to go out and ignite good.